Oh, the most common thing about a binge drinker that the public does not know about is that they can be very highly functioning. That, you can be a binge drinker and never get in trouble. You can be a binge drinker who maybe doesn't have any issues with your family, but that doesn't mean that you're not, using alcohol in a way that is extreme or in a way that's physiologically really hurting you. So I think oftentimes the public views binge drinking as that person who's stumbling around and having all these problems, but what if that person doesn't leave their house? What if that person is just home alone and they're taking down a 24 pack in an hour? I mean, that is still considered binge drinking. It's just not something that everybody sees. So don't assume that you will be able to know it right away or meet somebody who you could say, oh yeah, that person's a binge drinker. They can be a professional, they can have a career, they could have what looks like a really healthy life, and then behind all of that be using alcohol in a way that is really harmful. Yeah, I think we see things like binge drinking really increase during the holiday season. It could be for really what people would perceive as good reasons. I'm going to hang out with my family and we're going to have a good time. And maybe every time I get around Uncle Joe's always like, take a shot with me, And so I think that I'm just having a good time. I'm hanging out with my family, having a good time, but maybe I'm not realizing that I'm going a little bit more overboard than I would any other time of the year. Again, that can result in a lot of really unsafe things. It can result in a lot of negative consequences. Okay. So the misconception that I think people have about the work that I do with individuals who are in crisis is that people get better. That crisis is not a forever state of being. That something has probably occurred in that person's life that they do not feel equipped to handle. And so we come in and help them get back to a stable baseline for them. So it is not something ongoing, and change is possible and recovery is possible, and that people do get better.